Welcome, this is Lesson 39, Saxon 3rd Edition, Algebra 1. This lesson, a couple of different things. This big word, trichotomy axiom, negated inequalities, is very simple. It means simply this. If you have any two numbers, real numbers, and let's say that those numbers are called A and B, one of the following statements has to be true. Either A is less than B, A is equal to B, or A is greater than B. Trichotomy, 1, 2, 3, three statements, okay? Now, a symbol of inequality, and this is an inequality, and this is an inequality, because this is equal, can be negated or made, we can say is not, by drawing a slash through that symbol. For example, the slash through the greater than symbol means we would read this as x is not greater than 10. Therefore, if it's not greater than, the other two that are left out of the three are it is either equal to or less than. So, x could be less than or equal to 10. Alright, so how do we graph these negated inequalities? Well, the first thing we're going to need to do is turn them into something that's not negated. Alright, if x is not less than 2, our other two choices are x is greater than or it is equal to 2. Now, how do we graph that? Well, we start at 2. And we'll make a closed circle because it is equal to. If it is equal, it's a closed circle. And it is greater than or equal to 2. And that's how we would graph that. Alright, so this says write both an inequality and a negated inequality that describe this graph. Okay, well, let's first of all do our inequality. So we know that it's an inequality because this is a close, an open circle here. So we know that x, it's going to the left, our arrow is going to the left. That means it has to be less than 3. It is not equal to because it is a open circle. Alright, so if x is less than 3, then we know that x is not greater than or equal to 3. And that is our negated inequality. And this is our inequality statement. Alright, now let's go to the next section of the lesson, which is on advanced ratio. In our last lesson, we did ratios and how to solve ratio word problems. Alright, and we said, you know, there are 5, there are goats and pigs in the barnyard, and they're at a ratio of, say, we'll say 2 to 3. Well, and it told us, say, for instance, how many goats there were, and we had to find out how many pigs there were. All right, what has changed now is that this says the ratio of red marbles to blue marbles is 5 to 7. 5 red to 7 blue. Alright, but here's the difference. If there are 156 marbles in the bag, how many marbles are red? So, we're looking for R to stand for red marbles. Excuse me, that's not exactly what I wanted to write right there. Isn't that cool? Alright, what I need to do is find a total, because this is the 156 is the total number of marbles in the bag. So it's going to go on the bottom, but so that it can be equal to in a ratio, I need the total of my ratio. So I add the 5 and the 7 and I get 12. All right, so 12 corresponds to 156. They both stand for the total marbles in the bag. All right, but now it's asking me how many are red. So I'm going to use the 5, and I'm just going to use an R here for red. All right, so now I solve just like I did before. I'm going to cross multiply 12R equals 5 times 156. 156 times 5, 30, 28, 780. All right, and then I'm going to divide by 12. And R is equal to, let's see, 12 will go into 78. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. It'll go 6 times. And 60, it'll go 5 times. So there would be, if there were 156 marbles in the bag and the ratio is 5 to 7, then there would be 65 of those would be red. All right, go to the next. All right, this one says that the ratio of fish to crabs in the sea cave was 13 to 4. 13 fish to 4 crabs. If there were 119 fish and crabs, and that's total, in the sea cave, how many were fish? All right, so we want the 119. That stands for the total on the bottom. So we've got to get a total here. Well, we add the 13 and 4 and we get 17. All right, and we're looking for how many were fish. So we're going to use this 13. 13 over 17 equals, we'll use F since we're looking for fish. All right, so we're going to say 17F equals 119 times 13, and I don't have my calculator with me, so I'm just going to let you guys do that. And when we find that, we would divide by 17, and that would give us our answer. Okay, to save time, let's go to your practice problem. A says the team plays 65 games. If the ratio of wins to losses was 3 wins to 2 losses, how many games did the team win? Well, the team played 65 in all. So we need the total. So we add the 3 plus the 2 is 5. We want to know how many they won, so we're going to use the 3 right here. And we'll use a W right here. So 5W equals 65 times 3, which is 195. And we're going to divide by 5. W equals, let's see, 5 goes into 19 3 times, and that's 15, that's 39. So they would have won 39 out of 65 games if their ratio was 3 to 2. All right, next. The ratio of hard problems to easy problems was 23 to 7. 23 hard to 7 easy. The total number of problems was 930. So the total of this is 30. 23 plus 7 is 30. All right, how many easy? So we're going to use the 7 here. So 30E equals 930 times 7, 0, 21, 65, 6,510. We're going to divide that by 30. And E is equal to, that'll go 30 will go into 651. No, 30 will go into 65 two times. And let's see if I've got room to do this here. 30 into 65, 10. That goes two times, that's 60. 51, it'll go one time. 30 to 10, that's 7. So 217 would be my answer. Okay? All right. We're going to graph the solution of x is not greater than or equal to 2. So if it is not greater than and is not equal to, it is an open circle and it's everything less than 2. All right, next we're going to write an inequality and a negated inequality that describe this graph. Now look, we've got a closed circle, so we're going to say x, it's going to the right, so it is greater than or equal to -1. That's our inequality. Now, if it is greater than or equal to, I know that it is not less than -1. Good job. I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 40.